inmates out of that prison, or well, not prison, that jail in New Orleans. I know y'all heard about that. Crazy. Like this video right here. I know y'all saw this. So, like I've said a couple of times, I have a background in corrections.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but this looks like it's after hours. You know, there's no movement or nothing. Let me fast forward it over. So right now he's racking the door. Somebody should have heard that. These doors are loud as fuck. It's like controlled by like air, and when they open, you hear a sss, and then vice versa. That motherfucker don't give a fuck. He's chilling and talking on the phone, whatever. So there's no way that the staff, the correctional officers, didn't hear this. So he get his homeboy to help him right there. All right, and then finally they jar it open. And now it guts to this scene right there. My question is, what door is this? Cause I'm thinking this is another cell. I wish I can see the entire how the entire pod looks. But sure enough, they rack it. And there you go. They run like they kids at a goddamn candy store. This motherfucker done bust his ass right there.
Bruh.
You know? And they off into the fucking night. Then that nigga goes to the freeway. You know? And you can see these motherfuckers running across the street. See, there you go. Fuck that rerunning in the traffic, boy. We out here. We out here. Alright. So
WWL Louisiana News.
So first thing that should have happened, right? Once it was known that these inmates were missing, is complex-wide lockdown, emergency account for all staff, account for all inmates, find out where these inmates were at. Maybe they had jaws, maybe they don't have jaws, maybe they're on a different unit, maybe they're somewhere else getting medical treatment. We don't know. Set up a command post. Call once you confirm this is a confirmed escape. You need to get their vegetation files, see who their family is, and all that. You need to contact local law enforcement, and you need to get those escape flyers out there ASAP. Local law enforcement should be known as soon as count clears. Count should be cleared, and it shouldn't take no more than 30 minutes. And local law enforcement should be notified. All right. So that's first and foremost. I'm gonna say the obvious. You know there's an inside job. We know it's an inside job. Let me read this real quick. A fifth person has been arrested in connection with the escape of 10 inmates last week from a New Orleans jail, authorities said. New Orleans police said Friday the 29-year-old Casey Smith allegedly assisted 2 of the 10 inmates who escaped from the Orleans Parish Justice Center. See, it's not a prison, it's a jail. Smith was booked for accessory after the fact to simple escape, police say. So, Casey Smith, let's see what Casey Smith looking like. I bet Casey Smith is a woman. There she go right there. There she go. Look at old Casey. They don't care about the film. You know, what I add is running out. That's why I always said, like, the amount of women working in prisons. Like, I know, like, as a dude, I don't want to work in a female prison. I don't want to be, you know, like, I'm not saying I'm going to be out here fucking a female inmates or I'm going to get compromised, you know, but, like, it's hard, you know? It's hard. You have authority. It's hard. You know how many motherfuckers motherfucking dudes get compromised in a female prison, and the other way around. It's almost for women, because women, you know, all you hear is no is a motherfucker telling you sweet nothings. You know, most of these women, they don't be bad. Breeze and I had to be beholder, but they don't be like these extremely attractive women. They be like women that, you know, have some self-esteem issues. And you got this inmate who's jacked, who's average looking, spitting that game, and these women be out the window for these dudes. You know? So I think it should be limited how many women work in a prison, but then again, that's gonna be considered sexist and whatnot. What the hell did I just do? Let's see what this guy got to say right here. Another fan dude. I don't fuck the game up, y'all. Another fan dude fucking ad. All right, here we go.
The person arrested overnight in Louisiana for allegedly helping a group of inmates break out of that Louisiana jail. And as of
this looks like somebody's auntie.
Of this morning,
not an auntie, a grandma. Let's get a good look at these dudes. Antoine Massey, Linton Van Buren, Leo Tate, Derek Groves, the Keenan Dennis, who was captured, Jermaine Donald, Corey Boyd captured, Gary Price captured, Robert Mooney captured, Kendall Miles captured. Yo, let you know right now, it ain't worth it escaping from prison. You're gonna get caught. This isn't like it's the Wild West. It's the 1900s, 1800s. You're gonna have to send bounty hunters after you and whatnot. Like this, you not getting away, bro. You not getting away. And depending on what you do on the outside, like you probably getting an automatic 7 more years to your sentence for that dumb shit. So when your date comes, like say you were supposed to get out in 2028, now you get out when? So what's this? 2025, 2028. You got 3 years to do, right? That means you got 7 more years on top of that. So that turns into 10 years. So you're not getting out to 2035. And when those 3 years come, boy, and that release date comes that you should have had, boy, whew, they're gonna have to watch you. You're gonna be this dude is gonna be likely gonna try to get some drugs and shoot some drugs up because he's gonna be so damn sad. It ain't worth it. And then depending on what you do on the outside, you commit any crimes on the outside, you looking at the extra 10 years. This motherfucker is stupid as hell, boy.
Morning, at least 5 of them are still on the loose. Nate Foy is back in New Orleans with the latest details. Nate, what do you know?
Hey, Lawrence, good morning. So there are a lot of questions as we begin the second week of this manhunt. You mentioned 5 dangerous fugitives remain on the run. And we learned yesterday from the DA, Jason Williams, that the sheriff's office never even requested that the crime scene be processed after the escape. So that certainly raised a lot of eyebrows. And yesterday, the DA's office and NOPD crime scene investigators did exactly that at the jail. And you also mentioned there was another arrest. However, unfortunately, not one of the 5 remaining fugitives. Take a look at the mugshot here. This is Connie Whedon. She's accused of contacting fugitive Jermaine Donald, who's accused of murder before.
Jermaine Donald accused of murder. What Jermaine Donald?
And it is remain on the
I knew it because they had the ages before. He's the oldest one. He about 43, 44. So I knew it. I knew it was the older dude. He was selling her sweet nothings. God damn.
Of murder before and after the escape. Authorities say that she also sent him cash on a phone app. She's now the 3rd woman arrested after the escape, a source tells Fox. The other
but who want to bet me that they're all female? Courtney Harris, Corvinte Baptiste, Connie Whedon. Like, man.
The other 2 are girlfriends of 2 of the fugitives.
Oh, they go.
Meanwhile,
there you go.
The DA talked about the mistakes made by the sheriff's office and the lack of communication.
How y'all got girlfriends? How inmate your boyfriend?
Essence in terms of catching escaped fugitives. If they escape at 12:30, immediately upon awareness of that, we need to make sure that the public is notified, the media is notified, because if that had happened, in all likelihood, all 10 of these individuals would be in custody by now.
Yeah, you don't know that, bro.
Lawrence, how about this? The DA is also asking the sheriff and her employees to voluntarily submit.
Wait. Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Voluntarily submit fingerprints and DNA samples as they conduct a criminal investigation into the.
The sheriff of New Orleans is a black woman. Hold up. Chill. Susan Hudson. By golly gee whiz, it is a female. I've never seen that before. I've only seen white male sheriffs. I ain't never seen that before. Sheriff Susan Hudson is facing heat at the New Orleans jailbreak. Here's how she got here. You knew that. So let me just say this. Hudson was elected in 2021, earning 50% of the vote, and defeating incumbent Marlon Guzman, who had been in the position for 17 years. Damn. Let's look at this dude real quick. Marlon Guzman, is he Hispanic man? I don't know what the fuck he is. He's something though. I'm not gonna talk about females in law enforcement. I'm not gonna. There's some very respected females out there in these streets making it happen. All right, let's just say that. All right, but first and foremost, right? Because for the most part, most prisons, jails, whatever, they all fed, they don't matter what, they all run the same for the most part. For the most part, they all run the same. She looking like she LGBTQ. And she got a fade with the dreads on top. So, first and foremost, right? This escape is gonna put everybody in jeopardy of getting fired. It starts from let's start from the detention officers or correction officers. Now they're gonna be detention officers. Let's start with them. People call them guards. The guards, they haven't been guards since they were fucking castles. God damn it. But anyway, the detention officers, right? Now, if they were duped by these people that helped them escape, then I mean, maybe that's some kind of defense, but that rattling of the door, they should have heard that. They should have saw and heard that. Right? They should have heard that. I don't know how long it took from the rattling of the door to them actually leaving, but somebody should have been expecting that doing their walks. An escape. Whew, the sergeant, if there's a lieutenant on site too, they're as good as gone. If the proper protocols have been followed, I don't know if they haven't been. I've got to look into this more, but like I told you guys, what should have happened earlier. Emergency count, notification should have went out immediately. All right, the captain, I don't know if they run the captain of that specific unit, he's gone. If there's a DW, ADW, they might as well put in the papers to retire. That sheriff, Susan Hudson, she before becoming the first black female sheriff in Louisiana, she was appointed as New Orleans independent police monitor, which she reviewed, monitored, and audited police data and activity for 11 years. That she needed to audit herself. They gone. She might as well quit. Let me finish reading this real quick. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Morrell also announced Friday that an inmate who was already incarcerated, Trevon Williams, will face new charges in connection to the escape. Already incarcerated. Smith's arrest comes less than a day after Louisiana State Police announced 59-year-old Connie Whedon of Slidell, Louisiana, has been taken into custody on a felony count of being an accessory after the fact. All right. You got some jewelry on this. It's crazy, bro. Like, if I have any, this nigga right here, like, who's not gonna recognize him? Young men, if you're watching this, if you're in prison, whatever, it ain't worth it escaping from prison. On Monday, oh, we got one dude, Sterling Williams, 33-year-old maintenance worker at the jail. You know what that means? He fucked with that door. Sterling Williams fucked with that door. Where's mugshot at? Is that Sterling Williams? Principal male office. Is that Sterling Williams? I don't know if that's Sterling Williams. Damn, 10 count. So on Monday, Sterling Williams, a 30-year-old maintenance worker, so he fucked with that door, made it the door accessible. Was arrested on charges that he shut off water to a cell that inmates used in the escape by removing a toilet from the wall. Then on Wednesday, state police reported that the 32-year-old Courtney Harris, New Orleans, and 30-year-old Corvante Baptiste of Slidell were also arrested on charges of being accessories at the fact. On May 16th, the escape, part of which was captured on a surveillance video, showed the inmates removing a jail cell door. Let me the toilet. Inmates in New Orleans remove toilet. I don't know if y'all saw that video of the toilet. Man, let's see. But the toilet, there we go, right there. The toilet was, you could take the toilet off the wall. What is that outside right there, bro?
You can't make this shit up.
Is that outside? These motherfuckers, well, they got through this little hole. That's crazy, bro. Ain't worth it, man. None of it's worth it. It's not worth escaping if you already incarcerated. It's not worth it helping. Suck mine. And it says too easy. LOL. Crazy. Crazy, 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 man. You finish reading this article. Yeah, man, crazy. So, what's this video on right here? What's this?
Begins with breaking news.
Right now, 5 men are still on the run, exactly 1 week after a historic escape at the Orleans Parish Jail. And tonight, more people are accused of helping.
Let me just say, this is going to change corrections and how it's ran countrywide. Let you know that right now.
That includes another inmate, Trevin Williams, who also was jailed at the time of the escape, and Casey Smith, whose bond was set this afternoon. Alyssa Curtis was there.
There's been some inconsistencies with how many men Casey Smith may have helped, but today in court, the Attorney General's office says she helped drive around 3 inmates nearly a week after they broke out of jail, but her lawyer says she was simply in the car with her cousin and didn't know who the men were. According to the Attorney General's office, Smith had, quote, disregard for the law and put, quote, numerous citizens at risk by aiding and abetting the escape of some of the most dangerous men. They say she confessed to driving them around the city and actively participated. But Smith's lawyer says the main bad actor was Smith's cousin, Courtney Harris. Harris was arrested Wednesday. Smith's lawyer says Smith was in the car when her cousin got a call and picked up 3 men. She says Smith did not know who they were and didn't need to ask them to identify themselves. It's unclear who they helped, but court records show Harris helped Leo Tate and Jermaine Donald, who are still on the run. The AG's office asked that Smith be held on bail bond. The judge said it for $1 million.
Bro, where y'all niggas
Today in
gonna
court,
go,
we also
man?
learned about another attempted escape that happened earlier this month. 2 men appeared in court today for an attempted escape the judge says happened May 1st. According to the judge, cameras caught 2 men helping a third get through the ceiling, but he didn't get far as he fell not too long after. We reached out to OPSO for more information, but have not yet heard back. Reporting at Criminal District
This
Court.
shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. I can't believe motherfuckers is out here escaping. In other news, stay right here.
New updates in the plane that crashed into a San Diego neighborhood. Tonight, we now know at least 3 people are dead and 10 homes were damaged or destroyed, forcing more than 100 residents to evacuate. The NTSB says the small jet clipped a power line, slamming into a home and several vehicles. It's believed 6 people were on the jet, including members of a music agency, Sound Talent Group, which confirmed 3 of its employees were killed. Minutes before the crash, the pilot had expressed concerns about the weather to air traffic controllers. A sailor in the U.S. Navy told our San Diego sister station he felt safe in his home until now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm just glad nobody that was actually in a crib chilling got killed, man. That would have been some crazy shit right there, man. Like, of course you're not gonna feel safe in your home.
You think when you go to bed at night and we would always say, like, make sure the doors are locked, the bars over the sliding glass, alarm set, and you would think, like, that's good, like, you're safe there, right? And then you're in your home and you're safe, and then you have, like, a plane come crashing through your house.
No one on the ground died in the crash, but several were taken to the hospital for smoke inhalation and other injuries.
That's beautiful. All right, y'all.